Man, it's been a wild one, but it's been a fun ride, and I think it was maybe not the result we wanted on Thursday night, but definitely started to see the progress kind of take shape, and the things that we were asking them to do and commit to in such a short amount of time, they really did. And so we had a fantastic, moral victory coming out of there. Even though it was a 3-0 loss, I think just the team was excited that we were playing a good brand of soccer, and we were playing fast, and we were doing the things that we had kind of talked about and committed those kids and recruited those kids to do. And so they were really, really embracing the change. And then we were able to cap it off last night, or that yesterday afternoon, with a very good win, a late comeback victory. And I know I was talking to a few people earlier, but I think the way that we won it and how we won it, it says a lot about these kids. And we also did it playing the brand that we wanted to play in a lot of ways. So I think we're able to walk away from that with a lot more confidence than had we just gone out there and won 4 or 5-0, because I think this team has kind of taken a lot of punches. And our thing all year is, man, we've got to start punching back. And last night you saw them start punching back. So big time.
How big is it? I know you got thrusted into the situation, but you've been with these girls, especially your seniors that you have. How big was it it was kind of like scripted, like a movie script kind of way to pull off the win like you did on senior day? And talk about maybe a little bit on how those seniors have impacted you and the program a little bit as well.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you that this group is a special group, and we've had some very talented groups over the years since I've been here. I think this group is just as strong as any group that's won us a championship before. Obviously, we're in the WAC now, which is a bit tougher league, and that's okay. But this team, I think, just lost a little bit of itself. And again, speaking with somebody earlier and them stopping by the office and just talking about what they've seen, is that this group has just lost that belief that they could win for whatever reason. And all of a sudden, again, last night's victory and the progress we've seen just in the way we play, I think they're going to start to believe that again. So this group has got the ability to do that. And as far as the players are concerned, the seniors that is, Jamie Jazerski is a 5th-year senior coming out of Spring, Texas. I think that was one of the last recruits from the previous head coach, or 2 head coaches ago, with Wally Crittenden. And she was actually one of the first home visits I ever went on. And so for me and her, it's kind of a special journey, and it's going to be a sad goodbye. But I think we're trying to see if we can't make this season kind of culminate in a way that she'd be proud, and hopefully that ends with us going to the tournament, which there's absolutely a chance that we can, if we do what we're supposed to and the results fall our way. Bree Beatty being a transfer, so same thing with Kyra. Both Houston kids as well, transferred to us from solid programs, came here and have really kind of helped us kind of turn the program around in a few ways. And so that's been great. And then Mar, one of our only real internationals, unless you can consider Lydia international, which a lot of our players joke about, just being that we're heavily Texas influenced. We've got a lot of those players from here. But Mar has been exceptional, and I said it yesterday to the broadcasting team that she is probably one of, if not the best midfielder in this league. And her journey to become that has been phenomenal, because she came to us from Spain, a very technical league, a very soccer forward league, and she came to America, which is a very physical league, and I think she had to adjust. And the journey that she's made to transform herself has been big time, and she's really starting to show that this season.
We'll leave the floor open to media and then SFA media.
Well, Coach, I was just going to ask how you are settling in as an interim head coach.
Yeah, pretty well. Like I said, it's been you guys asked earlier, and I told you it's been a wild last few days to have this done, like the way it's happened, but it's been a good journey. The team has really bought in. They've really supported me. The coaching staff has been, they've been great all year, but they've really gone into another gear. Everybody's really working overtime to make sure that this thing works out. It's been great to get the band back together, as we've been talking about, with Wally stepping in to kind of help with some different things that we've needed around the program. I'm kind of stuck between 2 jobs right now, head coach and still recruiting coordinator. And so I've just had to be on the phone quite a bit more than I would have liked to make sure that we keep a very strong 2024 class together. And I'll tell you, the conversations we've had with them have been excellent. And as of right now, everybody is still committed to this team and this program. So it's not that we've lost anybody. And I'll take it a step further and tell you that the 2025s that we're very passionate about are all very committed to still pursuing, opportunity to play here, and hopefully we can answer a few of their questions over these next 3 games. We did one last night, and I think we got an influx of text and phone calls congratulating us, and even really complimenting the way we played and the way we won last night, and the way we played against Utah Tech on Thursday. So we've got a good lead on a lot of 25s that we're really excited about.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach, you talked about, sometimes teams feel like they've lost that ability to win a game. And you guys get that big win on Sunday. You got 3 games on the road down the stretch here to try to make it into the WAC tournament. Do you think this team, like, they've gotten back to that? I mean, it was a brutal schedule you guys played through the out of conference, and then, obviously things haven't gone the way you wanted to in the WAC so far. But I mean, do you think that's just we see it all the time, like that turning point where everything just clicks, and do you think that's kind of where you guys are right now?
For sure. Like I said, and you mentioned it, the non-con was a very difficult one. In a lot of ways, I think, there were some games that we had to return, and that from the COVID and all those things. But it was a difficult one for our team, being young in a lot of the positions that were going to be crucial for us. I think that you play those non-con games and you take some of the lumps that we had to take, and then you kind of come in losing that belief that last year, kind of the same kind of story. And I think that those things started to kind of mount a little bit. And so I think just us having a real direct conversation with them and telling them, look, you've got a coaching staff that absolutely believes you, supports you, and feels like there's something for you guys to fight for. And then just telling them, like, we cannot predict the future. We don't know what you got. You guys could work as hard as you could. We don't know if we're going to win this. We don't know if we're going to win the next game. But you owe it to yourselves, to your teammates, and to everybody here for you guys to go out and do that, because you could see that there were some people that were just shutting down and maybe, taking reps off, taking days off, and that's a tough thing. Night, and obviously a win and 2 goals will do that for you. But I think we really think that this group has got that ability to turn it around. And I don't want to go too far in the future. We'll go one game at a time. But I will say that I think that if they can really buy into the things that they say they want to buy into and the things that we're trying to talk to them about, this group can find a way to sneak into the tournament.
We've got a bit of a dynamic duo that's been forming all year with Ava Shannon and Jamie Bailey, and we saw it again on that first goal on Sunday. So they've combined, I think, for at least 3 goals, with Ava having the assist to Jamie Bailey. So just talk about that pair specifically, and then what you're seeing from the offense as a whole.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because we've been talking about that pass from Ava Shannon yesterday. I've had that conversation with about 5 or 6 people. I know you guys don't know her the way we do, but we recruited this kid, and we knew what kind of kid she was. She was special. She is a game-changing player. She is a program-defining player, and so we knew that she had the tools to do it. I think that being so young and coming in and having the ability that she has, it was been probably even tougher for her in some ways than maybe a lot. Maybe not everybody, but a lot. And we told her that this is what we need from her, and we need her to start taking over games and pulling strings. And she has the ability as a freshman to do that, and she did last night. That ball that she played for that first goal was on her weak foot, and I don't know many people in our league that could play that with their dominant foot the way that she played it. And so it was a phenomenal pass to set it up. She has got a great understanding about Jamie Bailey, and I don't even think that we're close to seeing them operating at their full capacity. I think once those two really start to get going, this goal deficit that we've been in for a lot of the year is really going to start to turn around, because those two are pretty special. And then last night, the cookie winner in Lily Hargrove, what a fantastic turnaround it's been for her. I think she's starting to play a bit freer. She's getting happy. She was driving at defenders. Her matchup last night was very tough. She had a very good, athletic, strong fullback in front of her, and she was really able to have her way in a lot of the game. To Yale's point earlier, that belief, we sunk a goal in the first 2 minutes, and then it should have been a penalty, and you're starting to think, is this not going to go your way? And sure, they could have started to think that way and maybe shut down again. But I think what we've been pumping full of these guys, the conversations we've been having as a group, privately, individually, that these guys still wanted it. So Lily was fantastic. She went in. She got us the indirect last night as well. So there was no turnoff for her. So I'm telling you, and Mar is fantastic. It's been that way all year. I think she's been one of the most consistent players for us. And I'm really impressed with what they did last night, but really excited to see what we do in the next few games.
Last question. You got California Baptist on Thursday, starting here in Texas at 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Crane Canyon at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Preview those matchups and show or have Jack or send a message out to Jack Nation on showing the support either in person or, like most of us, late at night watching ESPN Plus. Yeah,
no, Cal Baptist is a great program. I think we like the way we match up against them, but they're no joke. They're, I think, sitting in third right now, and they're going to be a tough match. It's a little bit later for us. We're still going to be on that Texas clock, but I think that these kids are up for that task. They know that this season is not going to be easy the remainder of the year. I think it's about taking moral victories, but we absolutely want to go get those W's and turn on some more purple lights around here. So I think these guys are amped up for that game. And then following it up into GCU, sure, I think that one. Did we talk about GCU?
Yes.
Yeah, I think following that one up will be a good matchup as well. I think they're sitting in fourth. So two top end of the table teams that are going to be competitive, but I think this league right now, if you look at it, it's a very competitive league. UVU is kind of standing up in the top, and Seattle and if some of the other teams are doing well, but there's a lot of people that have dropped points, and maybe if you ask their coach, they'd say it's been not the season they'd envisioned. So I think there's a lot of people kind of feeling the way we do in a lot of ways. So I think that there's nobody that's going to stand in front of us outside of ourselves. And I think right now we're starting to find ourselves again, and I think we're going to be able to match up with just about anybody. But again, two very good teams that we're going to have to go out and work hard and play our game to get results again. And as far as Jack Nation, man, the support we received yesterday for Senior Day was fantastic. We loved it. We've loved having Purple Haze back at games. That's been a fantastic addition to the to us, the energy. I think, with the season we've had, if we wouldn't have had some of those Purple Haze people out there banging on drums and screaming our names and doing those things, it may be even more difficult because we've definitely appreciated it and it hasn't gone unnoticed. So we'd love to have you guys out there in California with us. We're sure you guys would like to be there as well. But, in the meantime, please turn on ESPN and check us out because we're going to try to perform for you.
Got us ready to run through a wall. Anytime, Coach.
Thank you.